do need to work on getting my chat up on the screen so everyone understands that there's people from different places. Although this kind of works as a short. I don't know. Does it? Maybe. Alex Fitz. Gonna be Lita. Bricker, that's a shout. Look at you guys having a conversation. I'm so far behind. Get up, Bricker. Alex Fitz, that looks so good. Yay. Alex. Oh. Alex, what the hell? Alex is jumping left, right, and center. There is no stopping that man. Alex Barish will get you subscribed to his YouTube channel one way or another. He's dying to get onto that 1,200 mark. He's dying for it. He wants that. He wants that ad money. He needs that ad money. How else is he going to pay all his donations to me? Shout out to Alex. Alex is the first person that ever donated to this stream, so he is always going to be a real MVP. Shout out to all our Alexes. Shannon Kern. Welcome to the dark side. Oh my god, I'm so far behind. All right, here we go. I'm back. Oh, this is great. Everybody's getting along. Fantastic. Great stuff. Oh, would you look at that? Subscribing. Alex Barish. I tell you. Here, Alex, actually, shout out to you, Mr. Barish. We should do a collab so I can rob all your subscribers. How does that sound? I'll play piano. You sing over it. We'll release it on your channel. And at the start and the end, you'll be like, hey, everybody, just go follow Nudge Shakers. He's a lovely guy and he needs that YouTube money. Too much? I don't know. Oh, sweet. Class. Appreciate it. Anyway, look at us all here. That's mad. I actually like how the purple looks. Let me just turn myself off. Do a collab. So I like the purple actually works. I was kind of worried. Like it's a bit pinky, but I think it's okay. So I'll get out of our way now. Has this updated is what I want to know. Okay, deal. Yes, let's do it. Let the record show I never put on YouTube though. Yeah. The record holds clear. You never once talked about your YouTube. That is true. Yes, actually that's very true. You never mentioned any of your social media at all. Which is very impressive. It's very odd you see that. Or don't see it, I should say. Alex Barish is a man to be well respected. He is a traveller of the earth. He went to Australia, Norway, New Zealand. And all he wants is some Iron Brew. So if anyone can get his postal address, just send him some Iron Brew, alright? That's all I'm asking. It's too much to ask. Alright, guys. Okay, will we go through the track? Do you want to have a look and see? Don't worry, I'll get the thing back up now in a second. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely high tech. High techers are here. No, that's perfect. You can all see each other. Great. Lovely. Now, who would like to go through Nobody to Blame and let's see how it was made? I'm not going to give you an option. We're going to have a look. So, the legend of this track is actually called Macros the Fourth. Fun fact. Oh, sorry, I've missed lots of chats. Alex, now I'm promoting. I've given you... Give him an inch and he'll take a mile. A country mile, of course. Gone Breaker, Fierce Schnaz. Yeah, look at this. Fancy. Okay, let's see it. Okay, so the history of macros, right? Let's all just get a story, right? So what happened was my good friend Zachary McPherson, who's a beautiful human being, Macros, please check him out on Instagram, on Spotify, everything. He's an amazing human being who I collabed on this thing with. We'd worked on one track before, and what actually happened was he released a song. Macros released a song about this time last year, and I thought he was into rock music, and like rock music wasn't really wasn't exactly my vibe. And when he released a song called Sweet Spontaneous, let's give it a little shout here. The story time with 93 Acres. Welcome. Good evening, everybody. Here we go. Macros released a beautiful song called Sweet Spontaneous. And I was like, wow, holy cow, that is some track. And of course, he's a beautiful human being, but most importantly, he's a grey human. And so I was like, wow. Unbelievable track. So I was like, here, Saki, can we collab? And he was like, yeah, sure. Just send me some beats and I'll sing over it and we'll collab. And I was like, great. So, great song though. Everybody go listen to The Beautiful Macros. So then I was like, great, let me send you a beat. I sent him one beat, beat A. Go on, well, let's go through all these. So I sent him beat A. Long story short, he said no to this beat, but we're going to listen to it anyway. So this is about June last year, I think. I wrote to Zach and I was like, oh my God, your music's insane. Can I get a collab? He was like, yes, send me some music. So I jumped on my laptop and was like, let me write some music. Now you can all see each other's chat. Sweet. I was like, class, let me write some music. And then he was like, cool. And I was like, great, sweet. And he was like, cool. And then I wrote this. Needless to say, he said, not really, Hugh. Could you try again? And I was like, that's fair enough. That was probably a bit too, soca beat, that like kind of Latino kind of dancey quality wasn't up there. And I was like, cool, let me try one more time. And he was like, great. Send me what you got when you got it. I was like, cool. So then I went about writing beat number 2. Beat number 2, I was like, okay, let me get something quick. I don't want to wait too long. He is beautiful, but can you give him a good... Sorry. He is beautiful, but can you give him a good word for me? Zach, sit beside me. Yeah. Yeah. Shanzer. I'm sorry, I probably... It's hilarious. Imagine if Zach was actually we should probably make a joke at some stage and like get Zach to write a melody over that. Yeah, Alex Conga Beats is 100% right. And so I was like, okay. Conga Beats is not Zach's vibe. Let me try again. Now, keep in mind, Hugh was like, I was all about, if I get him something quick, that will show that I mean business. But what actually happened was I didn't spend enough time actually listening to what he wanted. This is old Hugh, obviously. I'd like to think I've changed since then. Let's have a listen. I was like, okay, I'm going to get it more developed. I'm going to give him something that's like projection. I'll be like, okay, this is cool. This is a bit more fleshed out. He'll get an idea. This is a really arranged track. And I rushed into it, and this is what we came up with. Like, tell me your thoughts. I want to hear walking thoughts here. It's something. So I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh, cheeky little bass comes in. You got weird sounding synth. I was like, don't worry, it's not too fleshed out, but that's okay. I'm going to leave space for the vocals and then we'll produce it afterwards. We're just going to get something quick out. Let's see how it goes. Oh, let's go to the chorus. That start beat always trips the first time it starts. Once again, I must have been on a soca beat vibe. The soca beat is ka, 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 ka. That's your Latino kind of beat. Techno vibes, yeah. And like, I feel like it's about to drop. Come on. Yeah. Oh, we in the club, Alex. We in the club. Here we go. This is the first drop. What the hell? Nokia ringtone, yeah. That's actually great. Needless to say, he said no. God, that is embarrassing. That's a pretty bad beat. It's got potential. It's just like, so you're not listening to what Zach wants. Like, if like, let's go back to Sweet Spontaneous. Did either of those beats sound like this?
How is that fair? How? When you share everything, despite all the sin, and listen to him. Now, can you hold it for a minute? I can see crucifixes lay inside you, talking about them and you see it now. And deep inside you, I can feel it, and I feel the only way to keep you safe is to completely disappear now. Oh, sweet.
So, basically, he had released this song, and then I had made two beats that didn't sound anything in the realm of his genre. I was all about time. I wasn't about listening to what he was actually doing. So needless. Oh, that's the chorus. Let's have a listen. It's beautiful. But he's right to be picky because, if he didn't say no to those first two things, we wouldn't have been at the third track. which I'll load this third one open while we're waiting. So those are the first two beats, and I was like, God damn, 2 rejections. I have to hit home with the third one. So I took a bit more time. And here we came up with Macros 3. You could see I made business because I went from A's and B's, from letters to numbers, to my 3. And I was like, no, the third one's hitting. I took my time. I listened to what he was saying. I listened to his music. And I was like, we're getting something in the right vibe. Like, listen to this. Does that sound like Soca Beat? What was I doing? Sorry, I missed to Going Bricker. It's like a remix of Bing Bong's Bop. Oh God. Anyway, yeah, hilarious. Look, gorgeous tune, beautiful, and I just wasn't listening. I was like, oh, let's make cool beats as opposed to let's try and make a collab. Anyway, so thanks to 2 rejections by Zach and his strong personality, he was like, go get good. I was like, that's true. So we made Macros 3. What the hell? This is not what I expected to see. Let's plug in our MIDI keyboard. I think this is a track. Sorry, I've missed so many comments. Watch Tower, I'm tired as hell, I can't sleep. Good for dummy. Watch Tower. Am I saying it right? Good for dummy. Good for dummy. Goddamn. This is it. Sounds so different, doesn't it? Ooh, cool. And that's the third beat I sent back to Zach. And as we can actually see there, I must have changed the name. I must have clicked save as when he said yes, because this is exactly how I sent it to him. AB3. AB3. That's how we run Alex Fitz. We AB3 4 5 EF. I think I'm going to skip the letter there. Shannon, if you didn't say no, you was going to be in South America releasing your third Latino mix. That's what the money is. We would have been huge in Mexico City. Oh, Shannon, it's good to have you here. Gino, Shannon, it's good to hear, but it's not Zach. Don't mind her, Zach. I got your style. Yeah, and so Wasting Your Time was born. So that's the beat I made. I sent it to Zach. It's you can't actually hear at the start, but the chord progression. Let me just put in some keys so we can actually play the chord, because it's very hard to tell the chord progression over that. I made it very until the chorus. You can hear it in the chorus. Let me just get some pianos. I don't think those toms made it in. Cool. So I really like those chords. Sorry, I don't have a sustain pedal, so the piano sounds a bit shukra. I didn't think it twice. I was eating chicken and rice, and it didn't taste very nice. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Addictive Keys is my favorite. Yeah, so good. Will you ever get a donation button? Yeah, I have to work on that Watchtower. I have a donation button on Mixer. I just haven't upped my Twitch game yet. I need to get alerts working, and I need to get my alerts working, because what happens anytime I set up alerts, and alerts can work, but anytime I get an alert, my mic stops working. So I must have something wrong in the audio channel setup. And Alex, oh man, that's before you had your little ARP in there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Addictive Keys, so good, so good. I got the free version there when I downloaded. Anyway, so we had this, and then this turned into. It's mad. Like, Shannon, did you hear that tom there? That's crazy. Sorry, not that one. Where's your tom? crazy. Anyway, so that beat turned into Wasting Your Time. Let's go to the chorus so you can hear it.
But you don't hardly give a damn about me. Finally look at me so unsightly. Hey. I didn't think it twice, but I was only wasting your time. Wasting your time. Yeah.
Alex, is that the whoa 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 whoa? Is that the arpeggio you're talking about? Try out Audio Hijack to handle the mic cutting. Interesting. That is interesting. See, I was using Loopback. This thing here. Let me show you this. Like, you're getting all my tech. This is what I'm using at the minute. Loopback. So what happens is I go into Logic Pro. My Logic Pro is getting set to the output channels and it's coming out my interface and the Soundflower. But the Soundflower is going to you guys. You guys are hearing it through Soundflower and I'm hearing it through Universal, my interface. Anyway, that's very boring stuff. And then I have the same with Discord, Safari, Spotify, iTunes, and Splice. And I turned Splice down because it's really loud. So is Spotify. So anyway, so then this turned into that. Oh, it's free. Sweet. We like free things. It's so crazy to hear that, what it was before. Anyway, so that was Macros 3. And thankfully, Zach Macros said yes. And we were all buzzing. I was like, yes. Oh, you should have seen the smile on my face. Well, to be honest, I kind of felt like I thought I had the right ballpark-ish. But after getting 2 rejections, you're like, you're kind of in a more negative mind frame, even though you shouldn't be. But who knew? Third time lucky. I didn't write a soca beat. What do you think, Bricker? Finally avoided it. Anyway, so that led to Macros 3. And while we're halfway through writing Macro 3 / it came out as Wasting Your Time, we started on a new beat because we were like, this is going well. Let's similar software. Yeah, I can't believe hearing it like that brings me back. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? So different. So different, Shannon. It's actually mad. Like that arpeggio in the middle is just like such a, like the counter melody. It's really, yeah, it's so weird. It's funny when you listen back. Anyway, so that Wasting Your Time that was Wasting Your Time. And after halfway through writing Wasting Your Time, we were like, okay, let's start on the next one. Macros 3 would have been a better name. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like 2 negative rejections, they'd listen with an even sharper ear. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I'm just glad Zach kept listening to my submissions. That's the main thing, you know. He keeps an open ear. He's like, those are shite, but I have an open mind. And I'm like, I'm waiting for the good stuff. I've learned a lot from him. He's a great man. Everybody go check out Macros. Anyway, so then we were like, cool. We were making great progress Wasting Your Time. We were flying through it. Wrote the chorus. He wrote the chorus pretty much instantly. Sent the vocals back to me of the chorus. I was like, oh my god, that's catchy AF. Perfect. I fleshed out a verse bit, more verse bits, sent it back. He did the vocals back, and then we produced it and mixed it together. And he did the mastering. It was pretty great. Great teamwork. And we were halfway through that and we were flying at the start, so fast running through. We're like, here, let's start working on a new beat. So I was making a few beats, and then there was one that Going Bricker. What was that, where that name came from? Wait, which one? I'm totally lost. Oh, Wasting Your Time from giving him 2 bad beats. Could be. Well, it was all about the chorus, and he wrote the lyrics to the chorus. So, you know what I mean? I think it was subconsciously there. Anyway, so we were halfway through writing that Wasting Your Time, and we're like, here, come on now. Let's write another one. Why not? We're making great progress. So this is back in November, I'd say. And funnily enough, after having 2 bad beats, then having a third one good and got accepted. Watchtower, you're just as organized as I am. Yeah, it's we've got a lot more practice to work on. Got to find new names. But that's the thing, when you start with something that has a weird name, so I should probably really save as things differently afterwards. But I'm getting better. I have more hard drives now that I kind of assign. That's Logic Profiles for certain things. And I have everything designated by years. So I started that just at the end of last year. So hopefully that'll work out. So then we started the new one, Macros 4. That was the next beat. And we've been working on the same channel since. Oops. There you can see your comments. Great. Sweet. Now, Macros 4. I'm trying to remember, how do we start this off? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me go to the verse. So what happened was I was like, okay, I need a new beat for Zach. I was like, come on, let's find something. I was started writing stuff on the guitar and I was playing them into the laptop, and I was like, I'm just not feeling it. So I saved it and then I opened a new project and I was like, here, maybe I have a piano just over there. You can see it a little bit. So I went over to the piano because I feel like it's really easy to write at the piano. Well, it's easier because it's a real instrument. You know, it's not floppy keys. So I sat down and I just played this. Ooh. Let me just turn it up. I'll just make a new thing. I really need to get a sustain pedal. It sounds pretty poor. And then you have the sustain pedal to make it sound a little bit better. I always give my projects a random name, and if I need them, I can't find them anywhere. Yeah, for sure. It's so hard to find those things when you name the random things. But I suppose when you find, if you haven't anything that might trigger memories, it can help. But I definitely need to start doing that for sure. That's beautiful. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the piano, that's the Labs piano there. It's the Free Labs piano. Soft piano there. So I have the soft piano and I have some strings as well. Really, really lovely. It doesn't have much high end, so you can probably see we boost a little bit of high end to get really that airiness. Shannon, the piano line was my favourite. Once I heard it, I knew the song was going to be great. Yeah, thanks. I thought it was pretty nice. But you know, it's pretty simple because the chords, if we want to get nerdy, it's going G minor, down to F major, down to E flat major. Acoustic version, please. Oh yeah, that's a good point. We definitely need to do it. Although Zach says he struggles to say all the words on time. I'll just say every second line. But what we did with the chords, instead of going G minor, down to F, down to E flat, what we're actually doing is we're playing it's an F major, but F is only in the middle of the chord. We're playing a first inversion with a bass B flat, and you get that clash in the middle. So you don't really actually hear the F isn't really there. It is an F, but it doesn't really sound like it. That's our remix. Got to get the Rothair, man. Yeah, that'd be so nice with those extra nice highs for sure. Watchtower soft piano from Lads, beautiful sound. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, man. Like, I can't believe that piano's for free. Now, your only issue with that is it doesn't have much high end and we have to boost it. And even when you boost it, you can hear a lot of air. Now, there's a delay on that, but apart from that, you can hear a lot of air noise. But it's nice. So I'm trying to get more piano sounds. That's why I was looking at the demo there for I can hear Super Saws. What's Super Saws? Is that a song? Oops. Anyway, so then we played that piano and we were writing the beat and we're like, cool, let's work on this. I can get rid of that now. So we put in the piano. Let's put in the piano. Let's go through the track. So we have piano first. So that's the piano line. Then I put a sub underneath. And that's just holding the bass line. And it's accenting the B flat. But then it does go to the F briefly. And then it resolves down to the E flat. It's in the key of E flat major. And there's a 808 just on the downbeat of each of those changes. But it's pretty smooth. That's one of Zach's 808s. He made that, and I just took the preset and used it. And then we got some Exhale. It's very quiet. You can just about hear it. Dance remix. Yeah. Or should we get Alex? Do you want to do the remix, or should we give the Madsen? I'd say Madsen to do a mad, dirty bass EDM track. It's just a bunch of saw waves, a little bit of DJing. Oh yeah, those saw waves are rough. Well, good, I suppose, if I try you. Then there's some guitar there. And you can hear delay 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is an eighth or quaver note delay. This might be my favorite thing. After the piano, of course. This is me singing. I sound awful. Shannon. Have to go. This is so partnership. Anyway. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks for staying up. Sleep well. Say goodnight to Zach for me. Or is he staying up? I'm sure he's buzzing. That's so nice seeing it. Lots of comments. So what do we do first? EQ. So I only have a bit of mid-range there between 2K and 600. Compressor, of course. And de-esser. Just, there's no real de-esser, but and we pitch corrected for the crack. Little plate. And pan man, so it's going around your head. I don't know if you have headphones on or yes or no. Some delays. Oh, that's an altar boy. What's he doing? Oh, it's 4 man's and up. Crazy. And then we have the main fellow. A little altar boy. Bringing down that 4 man, a bit more drive. And response, of course. Sometimes I like to do that because it's like a texture, but it's a vocal texture. And sometimes voices bring something extra to the track because they're the most natural instrument. So we got that. Pretty much it for the first chorus. We got my vocals in the background. Let's see if we can hear them here. And that's me with no S's. We cut out all the S's don't need that many S's because they get in the way. And those are Zach's backgrounds, RBVs. And then there's a low in here. And that's pretty much it for the first chorus. The intro is actually pretty cool. You can hear people talking, but you don't actually really hear them. Where are they? Where are you people? Where are the people? Oh, that's someone breathing backwards. That's just a click. A reverse cymbal, some white noise. To grow the building, we've got some shakers. Oh no, it's drums. Just a hi-hat. And then the crowd talking. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Just give something extra. Sweet. That's pretty fun. That's the intro at the beginning. And then we go into the piano. And just some impacts on the down. And there's an exhale there, either side of your head. on the left and the right. Sweet. Now into pre-chorus. There's low vocals, and you can hear the and it's brought down in volume there by a lot. It's just more ambient stuff. And then we have so we only have a piano in the bar before. Just kind of drop it down so you get, oh, something's about to happen. And we have a reverse. It's a reverse breath. That's mad. I must have done that for the crack. Or maybe that's a thing. Maybe it was just from Splice. And then we go to the chorus. Here we go. And his lead vocal, of course. That's one thing, you can make really great music, but if you don't have a good vocalist, it's all for nothing really, because it's the difference maker. So that's just like a little pause, a little bit of breathe, and then we can go again. Just a little, what would you call it? Little intermission. And also then it means you can hear my vocals for a second, you know. My ego has to be has to be allowed to keep going. What's the phrase? My ego has to be something. Alex, you're a well-travelled man. Surely you know the answer to this. And we're to the verse. And what you have here is a sub bass. With the 808 is dropped out, so the 808 was only for the chorus. Got me doubling the vocals there. That's where I'll need to move for a second. That's fine. We got the piano. Keeps going. Piano's our main thing through the track. Little break for 2 bars, and in those 2 bars we have the double of the lead vocal drop out. There's a low double that's an octave lower, drops out for that bar, which really alleviates. There's like no low end whatsoever. We only have vocal, piano, so there's pretty much nothing really happening in the low end, and that really lifts it up there. Because we have sub here, because nothing's here, it kind of seems like a weird break. But once again, because we're going double verse, bridge / pre-chorus, if you want to call it the second pre-chorus, really, it's not really a bridge. But technically a pre-chorus is a bridge, but we've changed the names over the last 10 years. Anyway, I don't know why that is, but anyway, we're here now. So whatever you call it, it's all semantics, so it doesn't really matter. And then we go to verse 2. After the start of verse 2 is a little bit of a break. Or 3, I should say, really. Ego has to be fed, that's it, yeah. Or is it like nurture their ego? I don't know, that sounds a bit wrong. We're getting there. If anyone knows, please help us. Cool. Back grooving again. Verse pretty much back to exactly where we were, but it feels different just because we've had a little bit of a break. It's all about the vocals really, and his vocal has changed slightly, and now we're going to... And this is where it's literally just... To your average listener, it will just sound like piano on its own, but it has a sub in there filling that void. It's giving it warmth, and it's just making it sound. If you drop that sub bass out there, it would sound so pathetic. The emotion would just disappear or dissipate, whichever you prefer. See how bare it is? It's just something wrong. And then let your bass go back. Stroke user ego. Here, well, he gives me ego a stroke. Go on, Bricker. Oh, you're gonna give me a hernia, Bricker. You're too funny. Just take it easy, alright? Just take it easy. Right? Or else someone's gonna get brickered. Here, will you stroke my ego? You're definitely right. Breaker out here with all the intelligence. God bless you, sir. God bless you. And sir, of course, is a is everyone inclusive. Is that acceptable? I don't know. Cool. We have another little. Sweet. Now, what did we do this time? Different to the last time. what happened is, we see here, we give it one full beat of pause, full bar of near silence, but there's a full beat of silence, where you see in the last chorus the reverse thing leads all the way into the chorus. So you're just making slight little changes just to throw the listener off, just to catch them. If they're not listening intently, they're like, oh, what happened there? Even they might not totally realize, but it's something different, just to kind of keep things moving a little bit. You don't, because this is like a lot of loop stuff, so you want to be careful. Non-gendered, that's the one. Yeah, it's not. Yes, it's a non-gendered adjective. No. Pronoun. Yeah, I'm gonna go with pronoun. Thank you, Alex. Of course. Great. What have we changed here? We have put in violins. I was going to play in real violins, but we didn't really need them, because it's just something. It's a ceiling. What is a ceiling? It's just high frequency stuff, just to keep the energy up, and we just went with that. Made a big difference. I think it was Zach. I think it was Mac Rose that shouted, say, let's put violins in this. I'm pretty sure it was him. It was a great shout. Mac Rose coming out here with all MVP Mac Rose. Sweet. Cool. So violins are pretty much the only difference there. But there's still a difference, right? We got our drums. I think there might be one or two small changes in the drums. I can't really remember. I think Mac Rose did the drums, so don't ask me too much about the drums. They're there and they're doing their thing. But we put a reverse sub here. Just to give a bit of ooh la la, if you will. And just cut off the low end. I didn't even realize it was in there, because we must have put it in on the early stages, and I totally forgotten when we were doing the final mix. I was like, oh, I didn't realize we had a reverse bass in there. So that's the only difference there, really. Except look, there's loads of vocals. We've response vocals. Actually, that's a pretty big difference. So I should probably have said that. This is all Mac Rose's ideas. And you see those column responses had come in this bridge. It was a new idea introducing the bridge, and then it's coming through the chorus. Once again, more development, more interest. And because they're vocals, it's always something new of interest that's in the vocals. I find is nearly worth double something new in instrumentation. Because just vocals, just they are the song. Look as bad as I feel. Please don't tell me. So it's all those column responses, and then we throw them into that kind of idea. It's not the same vocals. Filling up, so it's a column response. There's space, because we see in the first chorus, there's space here. Well, now we have the response here. But other than that, it's very bare. There's space there to put stuff in. So we did in the second chorus. And then all of a sudden you have that section feeling full, and the emotion, the intensity stays. It's really important in pop music. Well, this is trap pop, so I suppose it is pop. Well, it is pop. To some extent. You need, once you get an energy somewhere, you need to keep it there. Now, obviously, I'm still learning that, but I feel like we did a pretty good job here under Mac Rose's tuition. Space, but filled. Back to fill the space. Cool. And then we got guitars at the end. This is our new guitar here. This is the funniest bit of the whole track. I think we had done one full day of production, and we come up with some Mac Rose had come up with some vocals, and we were like, cool, this sounded pretty cool. Let's mess around with some guitar parts. So we had come up with the Zach Mac Rose said Let's get a guitar like some other song. I can't remember what it was. Basically, you're just playing chords but in singular notes. So we did that. And then the second half an hour, we were messing around. Louise O'Grady, you are up late. How are you getting on? Good to see you. How are things? Welcome to our stream. How are you? Look, there's people here. Look, Gone Bricker, your good friend Gone Bricker, is on Mixer. Well, most people are in. Alex, you've brought everyone over to YouTube now. I'm a full-time YouTube streamer. Goodbye to Mixer. But then we spent half an hour here messing around playing tap guitar. What a waste of time, we thought. Then we actually kept it in. Little automation. Appropriately named Hell Guitar. Or Guitar Hell. Good, lovely to do the song. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm buzzing. Everyone's so nice about it, and everyone's been writing to me. It's lovely, being the center of attention. Stroking my ego. Michelle Carr, would you look who it is? Everybody say hello to Michelle. Mish. Will we have a listen? Let's have a listen to Michelle and Louise. Say hello to my best friend Alex Barr. She's a wonderful human being. He's pretty much a YouTube viral sensation. So I'd recommend looking at his YouTube channel. He's kind of a big deal. His words. Alex, I'm just gonna keep saying that from now on. That's how I introduce you. So let's have a listen to these guitars then before they had any sounds on it. This is hilarious. But look how bad that tapping guitar is. Wait, were you and Mac doing this in person or sending stems back and forth, or do you know in real life? Oh, sorry, yeah. I know Zach. So what happened was, can you go back to like an hour ago when I started this story? I was talking about where I heard one of his songs, and I was like, wow, that's great, Sweet Spontaneous. I was like, oh. Wait. I'm so lost. Wait, what? Do you want me to go back to the beginning? Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm just going to tell the story. You'll understand it. What happened was, I was working in a language school for like 7 weeks, and for one of those weeks, Zach, aka Mac Rose, the beautiful man that is Mac Rose, worked there for 1 week. So we met each other there, and we hung out a bit then in his final year of college. I had just graduated and he was still in final year, I think, or all our friends were in final year. It doesn't really matter. We were all in final year apart from me. I was old. I was a year older, and I was hanging out with them. But then we didn't see each other for like 2 years, and then he released his song Sweet Spontaneous, and I was like, holy cow, that's amazing. We still hadn't met up. I sent him 2 beats. He didn't like them. Still hadn't met up. Then I sent him the 3rd beat, which was Wasting Your Time. He liked it, and then we met up and finished that song. It's both basically, Alex. And the long and short of it, we know each other from real life, but we did about half the work over the internet because he lives an hour down the road. So we didn't, although sometimes, anyway, long story. So we didn't often drive out to each other. So I'd say about half of it was done in person, and half of it was done like he'd record his vocal stems, send it up to me, I'd work on it, and then I'd send him back to work, and then he'd do more work, and then he'd send it back to me, and then we'd get together for like the production, finalizing and mixing and all that kind of stuff. Although we did do some final mixing over what do you call it? Screen sharing. Mr. Lahey, good night. Wait, you have to go to work. How are you still here? That's impressive. You need to go to work. You got like an hour and a half. An hour and a half before you start work or you leave for work. Oh man, what are you doing? You're gonna be wrecked. You'll get no work done. Well, Alex, yeah. So basically, we get together for like our heavy producing or like heavy mixing stuff, or we do some as well over the thing. So I know him from before, basically. So it's half and half. Is the long answer. You got 6 hours. Okay. Oh, that's not great. 6 hours still isn't an ideal amount of sleep time. But look, since you left, we've upgraded and now everyone can see the chat in the top right hand corner. How impressive is that? Maybe I should move. No, that doesn't help at all. That does not help at all. Let me see. Can I make this really small? Nah, how about that? Although he's going to disappear now once I start going around the project. Oh no, he won't actually. His face will still be there. There we go. Sweet. Watchtower, you need to go to sleep. You're on Twitch too. Yeah. I'm on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, and then Twitter. But I don't even know if anyone watched me on Twitter. The info that comes back from Twitter just seems pretty much incorrect, because I have friends who said I was watching you on Twitter for at least an hour yesterday, and Twitter stats come back and it's like, you have been watched by 0 hours by 0 people. It's like, okay, that's not right then, because I trust these people. So I don't know. Same username, yeah, should be the same. 93 Acres Music, yeah, 93 Acres Music on Twitch and thing. If you see at the top of my stream, oh, it doesn't actually have it anymore. I used to have at the top. I used to have up there. I used to have my Twitch name and then my Mixer name and then my Discord. But no, my Discord is the same as my Twitch and Mixer. All 93 Acres Music. Just because, you know, when you go into other people's chats and they're like, it's better than yours, I'll teach you, but I'll have to charge you. Sorry. I had to finish it off. But you're in their other people's chats and they're like, oh, do you do music? But if you say music in your name, it's obvious you do music. It just makes it easier for networking, I find. A little bit. Tiny little bit. Anyway, you can see there I have YouTube's 93 Acres, Facebook's 93 Acres, Instagram's 93 Acres, but then Twitter, and then Discord, and then the streamings. Okay, cool. So listen how bad this tapping guitar is. This is how good you can do effects these days. That's how good my tapping is. How bad is that? That's me trying to tap the guitar. Gingivitis, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Gingivitis, yeah, please go sleep. Your work's gonna be dreadful. But Gingivitis, you followed me 3 times now. I really appreciate it. In fact, nearly everyone in the chat has followed me multiple times. I appreciate you all. You're very kind human beings. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Watchtower, you need to go sleep as well, man. You've been up for so many hours. Sorry, Alex. I think the Twitter stats are a bit off because it shows you Periscope technically, but I'm not. Ah, yes. Because you're streaming on Twitter through Periscope, but the Periscope stats are no. Yes, that makes total sense, Alex. That's right. Yeah. Anytime. No, thanks again, Gingivitis. You're the man. Alex, I wonder if you checked your stats on Periscope. I mean, hey, sounds like yeah. That's a good point. I must guess. Yeah, Periscope stats. That's a good shout. I will check that tomorrow. Alex, you're just good for ideas. Just good for ideas. Anyway, so we threw all our effects back on. I had microshift on as well. I don't know if I'd suggest that. Nobody tell Alex. Cool, and then they sound like this. So like there's so much reverb there. Yeah, like there's so much reverb there. but it's only a texture thing. So one, you can't even hear my wrong notes. You can't even hear my bad tapping because there's so much reverb on it. And it just kind of fits really. Watchtower now, man. Can't much blood in my atmosphere. Yeah. Oh god. Watchtower, you're just like a robot at this stage. Just keep going no matter what. It's impressive. You do great in the army. So that guitar with this guitar sounds a bit like this. Oh, you have a spreader there just to make it real thick. Sweet. Let's listen to that with the violins and the piano and the reverse bass into the sub. Oh, no. The sub and the 808. And this is the intro. I just have another track just because I wanted this guy just to do his own thing. And he's just a ramp up into these. And that's one guy on the left and he's one guy pounding the right. Huh. I thought it was one guy on the left and one guy on the right. I have no idea what's going on anymore. I didn't mix this very well. 16-year-old soldier a bit early, isn't it? Yeah, it's true. Although, don't they in like, is it South Korea or is it South Korea or where is it? There's some country, it might be Russia even. They send them off really young. It might be South Korea actually, but I think it's 21 actually, so it's not that young. Where you're forced to go off and join the army for a year or two. Didn't that happen to Heung-min Son, the guy who plays for Tottenham Hotspur, the soccer team, and because they won the Asian Cup of Nations, or what's it called, Asian Cup or something, he didn't have to go and do his service. Anyway, sorry, that was totally off topic. Let's go listen to this. South Korea probably, yeah. Because there's definitely something about South Korea and having like serious army or something. But it's similar with Russia, I think. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Cool. Which actually funny. If we listen there, I'm actually surprised. I'm just listening to things here afterwards. We have guitar with the violins are actually blending. They're all the same frequencies, but relatively the same tone. It's just that wall of sound. The violins are taking slightly higher frequency just because of the instrument, not because of EQing or anything like that. And you can just kind of see they're hitting the wall of sound. And then you'll come just down from the last chorus into a big post-chorus. Guitar tapping starts. Reverse bass comes in. Sweet, yeah. It's actually pretty cool. Those violins and guitar kind of work together pretty nicely. They kind of sit in, I think. Yeah, good vibe. Yeah, thanks, Watchtower. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of, it's very groovy, chill. But what you listen to, if we actually listen to the released version, let me bring this up. What you see, Mac Rose mastered it, and he did the genius little thing of fading it out. If we just listen towards the end. Okay, well the bridge we'll hear in a second. So into the chorus, last chorus. Guitars start coming up. Now watch as it fade out. It's gradually fading. Ian, thank you for the host. Really appreciate it. So the reason the fade comes down, there's a few reasons. Cool. So you can hear there's a fade out. Now, there's a few reasons for that fade out. One, it's probably the main reason. It did jump up dynamically. So you have a few options what you can do if you're messing around that. We could bring it down, but it's the biggest part of the track. So you kind of want to leave it with that extra volume. But if you fade it out, then you're bringing down that volume, so it allows you to master everything louder. So you're kind of competing with other songs that are out and trying to level out how loud you can master something. So you have to master to minus 14 lufs, and you can actually see. Look, I'll show you here. So there's a lovely little plug in here, and is it metering? There we go. See this word lufs. So when we play now, this is only when we're mastering, and then it will give us all this. Well, go on. We'll start it. So we've arranged and integrated. Anyway, so it's taking in the average volume lufs of the track. So the idea is when you're mastering something, you want it to average minus 14, because when you put it into streaming services, streaming platforms like Spotify, or it's minus 12. No, it's minus 14. Is it minus 14? I think it's minus 14 for Spotify. They will bring it to that level. If your master track doesn't average minus 14 lufs, it will find, if it's louder, it'll bring it down that amount. And it's kind of this dark arts of where you think the sound quality kind of gets taken down a little bit when they move it around. You kind of prefer to master it and you be in control of the sound. Like, is there a limiter there, or what are they doing? Is it some sort of, anyway, I don't know the ins and outs. I'm no mastering engineer. So you just got to be careful. So wait, the minus 14 lufs, should you have that on the average lufs or the peak? No, so basically the minus 14, you can go above minus 14 and you can go lower. Exactly, it's an average. Exactly, perfect. It's the average. So the reason, going back to what I'm talking about here, is the reason Macrose faded out the ending is because it's the loudest part of the piece, and if you fade that down, you're going to bring down your average, which allows you to bring up the volume of everything else. So by bringing down the most dynamic bit, the loudest part, the end of the track, with it interesting, I think it's really cool. I really like it, and it also benefits for mastering, getting everything louder. You slope down the volume of the outro. Well, it becomes an outro. It isn't meant to be a post-chorus that gets bigger, but he made it into an outro, which I thought was pretty cool. And that gives you way more headroom then to boost up the rest of the track. So the loudness overall is going to be louder. Dynamics are still going to be pretty big, but you still get a loud volume, and it's something you're kind of competing with everyone else, because the louder something is, people will like it more, just innately. Same thing as putting to YouTube. You try and match exactly, yeah, and that's the reason you need to master things slightly differently depending on what platform you're on. Like if you're on Instagram, you need to bring it down by another 2. I think it's minus 16 that Instagram compresses things to, and if you don't compress it to that, it will destroy it. If you're not at minus 16 lufs, it will destroy your audio. And I've seen so many Instagram ads and stories, ads on stories, pop up, and the sound is distorted and so rough, like not clean basically, because they haven't averaged the minus 16 lufs that Instagram needs. Because I think it limits it and just squashes everything down, and it's pretty rough. So that's just something else to watch out for. Yeah, so it's pretty fun things. Now this is all like, look, I'm no expert, and I wouldn't be someone to like. I don't ask me any more in depth details. But this is all mastering. Yeah, I'm no master of mastering. Leave that to people like my good friend Macrose, or my other good friend. I think is he on? Maybe took down his profile. Oh, there we go. No, different person. Oh well. Good old Macrose. He mastered this one. Isn't that so weird? March the 13th. I wonder if it's gone from my profile yet. March 13th still. Yeah, look at the 2 exclamation marks aren't the thing. Let me just change that real quick. That's quite disappointing. You don't care, don't give a damn if I get out of here, let it clear. Sweet. And then it all sounds like this. It's not making sound. That's never a good thing. Nope. Yeah. There we go. Let me change my about section real quick. I'll have a look. See, this didn't come out. Just comes out as 2 exclamation marks. Though the love heart stay there. Maybe that's a bit much. Will I put a little emoji in? This is my new single, by the way, if anyone is wondering. This is new, just came out there. Watchtower, have you seen the back from Oracle? That's a good shout. I should probably check that one. I only went through quickly through the God 9 God, and the other one you mentioned the other day. I say Watchtower. Let's Saturday. I might write a song with some of those samples. That could be fun. Learned about it 2 days ago. yeah, for sure. I don't spend too much time looking at mastering really because it's just I want to stick with what I know. It's not really something I want to invest in the future. So look at that. So funny. It actually looks like a genuine picture from this angle, doesn't it? Sweet. All right. Cool. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I think I might wrap it up now. If you could give Nobody to Blame a listen, I'd really appreciate it. If you could hit the little save button, that would be huge. And if you could add it to playlist, I'd really appreciate it. That'd be great. Thanks a million. And for bonus marks, if you could hit my follow button, so you could be updated or notified on all my next releases. I have another single actually coming out in 2 weeks, but we'll get there. Cobra has a mainstream hip hop vibe. Oh, sweet. That's real cool. Cobra, nice. Okay, that could be one to start off with. I think 9 God is somewhere near Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, sweet. I was listening to the Cobra top hits. Sounds real nice. Watchtower. Alex. Yeah, that pic's great. Yeah, look at it. It's so funny. He looks kind of like, I don't know what it is. It's just, yeah, there's something to it. Kind of grabs your eye a little bit. Yeah. But if you guys could follow me on Spotify, I'd really appreciate that. You'll get notified of all my upcoming singles. I have another one coming out in 2 weeks, but shh, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Really appreciate it. And you should go follow Macros as well, because he's just a great human being, fantastic musician, and his songs are unbelievable. I love You Don't Care. It's so good. Check out my brand new single. What a beautiful man. Yeah, that'll reset, and then it should be okay. Let's just see if it resets now. Thanks for hanging out today, guys. I hope you learned something, or at least had a little bit of fun. Watchtower, please go to sleep. You are going to be so tired tomorrow. Although I suppose you're already tired, so it's probably that endless loop of being tired. New Music Friday. Oh, there I am. I wish. That'd be lovely. Who else brought out music? Billie Eilish. Oh, I don't stand a chance. Oh, Rhaegar, new song. Cool. Charlie XX, she's deadly. James Blake. No, sir, you're too precious. Oh, Lil Baby. Young Blood. Missy Elliott. Ooh. Gus Dapperton, he's on a different song recently. What song is he on? He's on the one Super Lonely. Lil Skies. Wiz Khalifa. Alicia Keys. Masego, he did that really cool video with FKJ. Anyway, someday we'll get onto that, hopefully. That'll be the dream. Okay. Sweet. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. Oh, which is your song? Oh, the Super Lonely. That's my song. Sweet. Thanks a million for everyone for hanging out. Really appreciate it. If you're in a different country and you want to listen to the song, like if you're in America, basically, if you're Alex, if you're in America and you can't hear the song, it's on YouTube already. Oh, thanks, Jamie Burke. That's very kind. Thank you to Carl for the follow as well. Appreciate that. So if you want to go listen to it now, you can watch it on my YouTube. Or if you want to wait till the morning, it'll be on Spotify at midnight. We're going to get you on New Music Friday within the next few years, man. Look, Alex, that is the dream, man. Oh, get New Music Friday, that'd be great. Yeah, I've this single today. I have another single in 2 weeks, and then I have another one hopefully 3 weeks after that. We're just trying to. I'm not uploading that track. It's the girl I collabed with, but it's 50-50. But she's uploading it through her aggregator, but she's having a bit of trouble at the minute. It's CD Baby, so I'm hopefully we'll get that uploaded now soon. And once she gets that uploaded, we'll have that out a few weeks after the next one. Sweet. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Really appreciate it. If you want to go listen to this track, it's on YouTube now for everyone. Oh, I didn't even upload it to anywhere. What is wrong with me? Okay, come on. 2 seconds, right? 2 seconds. Quick. Before we go. I'll also put it on SoundCloud. This is probably not entertaining. Okay, look, I'll do it on my own time, and also I got worried about all the sign-in things and continue with Google. Anyway, okay, cool. I'll play this song on Spotify, and you can have a listen. That'll be the outro for today. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Watchtower, please go sleep. Alex, thank you again for that donation. Everybody check out Alex Barish on, you can see his name right there. Everybody check out Alex Barish on YouTube. He's fantastic, great human being. And check out his skating around Australia. Very entertaining video. And he's got some, I don't know, what's the equivalent of he's got hoops, except on skateboard? I don't know. Anyway, you know what I mean. Cool. Thanks for hanging out. This is my new single, Nobody to Blame, with the wonderful Macros. If you can give us a follow on Spotify, really appreciate it. Okay, the track's not playing. What is this gap happening? Oh, it is working. There we go. Okay, thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate it, guys. Just realised, if anyone's here that isn't usually here, I stream every day of the week apart from Tuesday. So I'm always here on YouTube streaming in the evenings GMT around 6 p.m. GMT. So if you want to hang out and show you how I make my music, I make new music, and then some days we remake other people's songs and I show you how I make them. So if I ever say goodnight, now's the time. So if you want to come hang out with some stream, hit that subscribe button or follow if you're on Twitch.